Thomas the Tank Engine and Friends, Wooden Railway Stories, Season 4, Episode 2, Diesel Breaks the Rules. Diesel is a mischievous Diesel who works on Sir Topham Hatt's railway. When he first came to Sodor, Diesel was being boastful. He didn't obey the rules and didn't listen to what anyone was telling him to do. And now Diesel had learned his lesson and is being really useful. One day, Sir Topham Hatt was talking to Diesel at the Sodor airport when James was ready to take on his passengers. Sir Topham Hatt began to speak to Diesel. "Diesel," he said, "I have a job for you." "What is it, sir?" "You are to pull Annie and Clarabel on Thomas's branch line." "Thank you, sir," said Diesel. "But, what stations do I need to go to again?" "You have to go to Knapford, Ellsbridge, and the docks. And then you go back to Knapford, and then you do the stops again. It's like a little pattern." I understand, sir. And the coaches are in the yard?" "Yes," said Sir Topham Hatt. "He is not feeling well and is sitting in the steamworks for repairs." Actually, he's in the yard right now. So, you can go talk to him if you like for a few minutes, and then you have to go do that. Understood?" "Yes, sir," said Diesel, and he puffed proudly away. "Let's hope he doesn't be naughty," said Sir Topham Hatt to himself. "I imagine he's going to start trouble very soon." Soon, Diesel arrived at the yard. And parked next to Thomas. "Hello, Thomas." "Hello, Diesel. What are you doing here?" "I just came to tell you something." "Okay," said Thomas. "I'm gonna be pulling Annie and Clarabel for you today." But Thomas wasn't so sure. "Why did Sir Topham Hatt choose you?" "I don't know," said Diesel. "Probably because he trusts me." But Thomas didn't think so. "That's fine, Diesel. Anyway, just don't bump the coaches, alright? 'Cause Annie and Clarabel don't like to be bumped around. And the passengers don't like it either." "Don't worry," said Diesel. "I'll take good care of him, Thomas." But he really didn't mean it. So, anyway, if you need something, just let me or Sir Topham Hatt know. "Okay," said Thomas. "Thank you, Diesel." Before Diesel chuffed away, a workman walked up. "Hello, Diesel. What are you doing here?" Are you broken down?" "No, sir," said Diesel. "I came to speak to Thomas." "Well, if you're not broken down, you need to get out of the shed." "Don't tell me what to do," snapped Diesel crossly. And he puffed away. "That was interesting," said Thomas. "Yes, it was," said the workman. "Let's hope he doesn't start any more trouble." Diesel spun around the turntable and then backed over to Annie and Clarabel. He banged into him hard. "What was that for?" said Annie. "I agree," said Clarabel. "Thomas would never bump us like that." "Be quiet," snapped Diesel, and he puffed away. "Remember, Diesel," said Thomas, as Diesel came to a stop on the turntable, "treat them with respect. Give some respect to them, and they'll give some to you." "I know this stuff, Thomas," said Diesel. "Sir Topham Hatt told me what to do, and I'm going to do it properly. So please don't tell me what to do." "Okay," said Thomas. "Good luck, Diesel." Whatever," said Diesel, and he puffed away. Diesel had to stop at the stop-and-go station. "Oh, bother. This signal's going to be a while." Diesel had to wait. He waited for 10 seconds and more. He counted to 10 twice, but the signal wouldn't move. Finally, the signal changed to green, and Diesel raced off. "Whoa, Diesel, careful," said Annie. "Yes, Diesel," said Clarabel. "Be careful. We're only coaches, not troublesome trucks." "I know that," snapped Diesel, and he raced off. "Slow down, Diesel," cried Clarabel. "Slow down." Meanwhile, James was just backing into the siding at Brendam Docks, when suddenly Diesel came flying in. "Woohoo!" said Diesel. He went over the Bay Bridge. James was so surprised, he banged into the buffers hard. The buffers came loose and went in the sea. James's baggage car was derailed and snapped and ran away. Ran to the track and hit the track hard. And it landed back onto the other track. Luckily, the passengers weren't hurt at all. Diesel came flying in. "Woohoo! Let's go, Annie and Clarabel." "Diesel!" puffed Annie and Clarabel. "Slow down!" "No," said Diesel. "I want to make up for lost time for Sir Topham Hatt." "Well, you're not making up for lost time going fast like this, like a space car, like a race car." "Oh, whatever," said Diesel. Suddenly, he ran up the sort of Bay Bridge hard. He was almost going to the bottom. He suddenly whooshed over and went flying across. "Whee!" said Diesel, and he landed on the track. "Ow! Ow! Ow!" said Annie and Clarabel. "Be quiet," said Diesel. He made Snapper Station. Trevor the traction engine was plowing a field when Diesel whooshed by. "Whoa!" said Trevor. "Whoa! Oh! Ouch! That hurt." Suddenly, Diesel saw Fergus. "Fergus, move it!" And he honked his horn. Gordon, Fergus, and Toby were having a nice conversation when suddenly Diesel puffed in fast. "Fergus, move out of the way!" "Oh no!" screamed Fergus. "Here comes Diesel!" He raced out as fast as he could, as Diesel screeched to a halt. "At last," said Diesel. I made it out of the way. "No," said Fergus. "Stop! Stop me! Stop me!" But it was no use. Fergus puffed into the yard. There was a lot of derailed sidings. There were a lot of tracks that were messed up. And if you didn't choose the right one, it could lead to disaster. But there was no right one. So Fergus went flying off the track into a field of grass and nearly hit Rocky. Soon he went on his side. "Ouch!" said Fergus. "That hurt. Ouch! That hurt. Ow, ow. My side hurts," he said. "What's he moaning about over there?" said Diesel. "He deserved it." "No, he didn't," said Toby. "And besides, why are you pulling Annie and Clarabel?" "Sir Topham had told me to," snapped Diesel. "Well, you shouldn't be pulling Annie and Clarabel in the first place," said Gordon. "Thomas goes very nice, treats those coaches nicely and with respect. And what you're doing, Diesel, is just racing around, just being a coward." "I'm not a coward," said Diesel. "Yes, you are," said Gordon, huffily. "I am not," said Diesel. R2, not R2. "Enough," said Toby. "Fighting's not going to get anywhere. In the meantime, Diesel, go put Annie and Clarabel back, now." "No," snapped Diesel. I will not." "Well, sir, if I tell Sir Topham Hatt, you'll get in trouble," said Gordon. He said. "Oh, whatever," said Diesel. "Here come the passengers." Soon they boarded Annie and Clarabel. The guards whistled blue, and Diesel raced off as fast as he could. "See you later, slowpoke engines." And he raced away. "Can't stop me now," said Diesel, and he raced away. Meanwhile, Donald and Douglas were just filling up on coal. They were almost empty. The coal holds the coal in this bunker. The coal comes out through this chute. Donald had to wait by the stop sign. It's not safe for engines to cross if another one comes through pulling the train on the main line. It's one of Sir Topham Hatt's rules. But one day, there was trouble. Diesel came flying in at a tremendous speed and ran through. "Whoa! What was that?" said Donald. Said Douglas. "I don't know," said Donald. "He did blow down the stop signs." Diesel couldn't stop in time. "Oh no," said Diesel. "I'm going too fast." Suddenly, he didn't have enough time to stop. He screeched on his brakes, but it was too late. He went on top of the level crossing bar and was stuck. The coaches so far were not hurt, but the passengers were getting headaches. The coupling had snapped. Annie rolled to the Clarabel rolled to the station, and Annie was left on the siding. "What have we here?" said Madge. "This is interesting, Diesel. I thought you were supposed to be pulling Annie and Clarabel. I guess not, because you've been so naughty." "Be quiet," snapped Diesel. "It's not funny." "To me it is," said Madge. Soon, the fire crew heard what was going on. "What's going on here?" asked the fireman. "It's a crash," sneered Diesel. "Oh, I see you're not supposed to be pulling Annie and Clarabel, are you?" "Be quiet," snapped Diesel. "It's not my fault I crashed." "It actually is," said Madge, "and funny at the same time." "Be quiet," snapped Diesel. He was cross. Sir Topham Hatt soon arrived at his car. He was not happy at all when he saw it. He pulled up next to Madge, behind Madge. He was very, very cross. "Diesel!" growled Sir Topham Hatt. "What do you think you're doing?" "I'm sorry, sir," said Diesel, "but there's no excuse," he said. "Look what you did. You were going too fast. James hit the buffers at the back of the docks. The buffer went into the bay. The baggage car made a U-turn, and then it went back on the track. You were going too fast, scared Fergus at Knapford, and then you sped across, blew down the stop signs, passed over the station, and then you crashed on this bar. I'm ashamed of you. And you owe Annie and Clarabel and Thomas a big apology later." "Sorry, sir," said Diesel. "You better be," said Sir Topham Hatt. "Now I'll have to get money for these poor passengers. Now we have to pay for the passengers' bumpy ride. I am very cross with you now, Diesel," he snapped. "I'm sorry, sir. Enough with the saying, 'I'm sorry.' It's not going to work anymore. You had your chance. Now, I will owe you a punishment later. Right now, we need to get this cleaned up." Sir Topham Hatt was very, very cross. But the level crossing couldn't open. Diesel was hanging on the bar, and it would not turn. "Bother," said Sir Topham Hatt. "I need to get across the road, but Madge is stuck, and so is my car. I'll have to make a U-turn," he said. He stomped away crossly. He hopped back into his car, made a U-turn, and drove away. Diesel felt ashamed. But he knew he did make some awful mistakes, and for that, Sir Topham Hatt was going to give him a punishment. And he knew he shouldn't have been going too fast. And that Diesel had learned a lesson after all.